they are beyond our arguments. Achintya kalo ye bhava natam starkena yojayet. That which is achintya cannot be ascertained by argument. People generally argue, but our process is not to argue, but to accept Vedic knowledge as it is. When Krishna says, this is superior and this is inferior, we accept what he says. It is not that we argue, why is this superior and that inferior? If one argues, for him the knowledge is lost. This path of acceptance is called avaroha pantha. The word avaroha is related to the word avatar, which means that which descends. The argument and reason, but transcendental matters. No, the materialist wants to understand everything by aroha pantha, by arguments and reasons, but transcendental matters cannot be understood in this way. Rather, one must follow the aparoha pantha, the process of descending knowledge. Therefore, one must accept the parampara system. And the best parampara is that which extends from Krishna. Evam paramparam praptam. What Krishna says, we should accept. Imam rajasayo viduh. This is called avaroha pantha. Brahma, however, adopted the aroha pantha. He wanted to understand Krishna's mystic power by his own limited conceivable power, and therefore he himself was mystified. Everyone wants to take pleasure in his own knowledge, thinking, I know something. But in the presence of Krishna, this conception cannot stand. For one cannot bring Krishna within the limitations of prakriti. One must submit. There is no alternative. Natam starkyena yojayet. This submission marks the difference between Krishnaites and Mayavadis. The phrase Atan Nirasena refers to the discarding of that which is irrelevant. Atat means that which is not a fact. Brahman is sometimes described as Astulam Anam Ahravsam Adirgam. That which is not large, not small, and not short, and not long. Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad 5.8.8. Neti. It is not this, it is not that. But what it is? In describing a pencil, one might say, it is not this, it is not that. But this does not tell us what it is. This is called definition by negation. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also explains the soul by giving negative definitions. Najayate mriyate va. It is not born, nor does it die. You can hardly understand more than this. But what is it? It is eternal. It is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, undying, and primeval. It is not slain when the body is slain. Bhagavad Gita 2.20. In the beginning, the soul is difficult to understand, and therefore Krishna has given negative definitions. Nainam chindati shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayach apo, na shoshati marutaha. The soul can never be cut into pieces by any weapon, nor can it be burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor be dead by the wind. Bhagavad Gita 2.23. Krishna says, it is not burned by fire. Therefore, one has to imagine what is it that is not burned by fire. This is a negative definition. So, translation one more time. The Supreme Brahman is beyond mental speculation. He is self-manifest, existing in his own bliss, and he is beyond the material energy. He is known by the crash jewel of the Vedas, by refutation of irrelevant knowledge. Thus, in relation to that Supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead, whose glory had been shown by the manifestation of all the four armed forms of Vishnu, Lord Brahma, the Lord of Sarasvati, was mystified. "What is this?" he thought, and then he was not even able to see. Lord Krishna, understanding Brahma's position, then at once removed the curtain of his yoga maya. So today's verse, we can see now it's finally Brahma will see what is actually going on, what is the truth, what happened to these boys, and how is that although he did stole all Krishna's boys and cows, they are still there. We see Krishna is removing his yoga maya, so Lord Brahma will be able to see the truth as it is. Later on in the purport, Srila Prabhupada said that Lord Brahma couldn't really see what is going on because he wanted to research by himself. And we can see this happen to him even before. As soon as he was born, he was alone on his lotus flower, and he couldn't see. He didn't know what's going on around, where he is coming from, what he's supposed to do, and he was just going around, and he was trying to find origin of this lotus flower from where he came. So he was researching, he was accepting how Prabhupada is here explaining that there are two ways, Avaroha Panta and Aroha Panta. So first Brahma tried to apply this Avaroha Panta, but after a long time he didn't get any result. He didn't manage to find Supreme Personality of Godhead. He didn't manage to find his own origin. He was just bewildered. And then after this, he heard the word Stapa, and then he understood that he's supposed to perform some austerities, which he did, and then the Krishna revealed knowledge to him. Then all four Vedas were. So it means this in this second way, when he started to meditate, when he accepted instruction, he accepted the way Avaroha Panta. So it means after this, he accepted knowledge directly from the Supreme Lord. And then he got all four Vedas get manifested through his four heads, and he was able to create. So we can see also in today what we are trying to do. We are also trying to observe all this material nature, all this world, how it works, what is going on, because we try, and we are also trying to find the origin, just trying to see what is going on. And in all this our attempts to see what is going on, how it's everything functioning, we are sometimes getting some conclusions, and we think this theory is right, and then we accept this as a truth. Yes, this really happened like this. Then after some time, someone starts to question a little bit their theories, and people are defending, and then we can see this theory fell down, then another theory comes up. So that's the way what's happened, what also did happen to Brahma in the beginning. When we try to research, to find out what's going on, we are doing so many mistakes. Because our senses are not perfect, so also all the machine which we can, even if we're watching through the microscopes and other things, still we are watching with our imperfect senses, and we are making mistake. So there is no way that we can many times come to the proper conclusion. Sometimes this is compared, if you are watching some painting, what you can say about the artist who did this painting. Many times it's not easy to say, even if you go in the details, if you are really examining every color and you are examining material from which is made this, with which was painted and on which was painted. Even if you decompose all this painting, it's very unlikely that you will find out much about painter. So in the same way, it's very difficult. It's not very likely that we will discover so much about God and way how He created this world just by watching this universe. We may find out how it's functioning. We can see some laws, how it works, of how seasons are changing, and we may know that after winter is coming spring and summer.